The situation in certain areas in North Carolina right now is just absolutely horrific. I don't think anyone understands how bad it is. I don't understand how bad it is. Because you have to realize, folks, a lot of these videos that we're seeing, these are videos that are being posted from people who have reached areas where they have power and Wi-Fi. The videos that we're seeing are videos that were shot by people who survived or people who were able to get away. We haven't seen the videos from people who are still stuck in the middle of the mountains somewhere with no power, no electricity, no food and water. We're not going to see the videos from people in these small towns that were just decimated. There's nothing left of the town. In many cases, there's not many people left either. There's so many people missing right now, so many people unaccounted for. And as we speak, on Wednesday, there are still people dying in the mountains of North Carolina, and no one's going to help them. And the people who are regular citizens, regular people, and they're being stopped. Some of them are being threatened that they will be arrested if they go and save people's lives. And it's so bad that the mainstream media has been framing certain stories as if this is the National Guard or if this is FEMA or... I'm sorry, I'm so disgusted by this. The mainstream media is framing these stories as if some of these people being rescued are being rescued by FEMA or the government, right? When in reality, no, that's not the case. A lot of these people are being rescued by other normal people who happen to have access to like helicopters and stuff. The mainstream media is showing a lot of these supplies being flown in. They're showing these airplanes landing filled with supplies. And they're framing it as if this is FEMA coming in with all of these supplies. And it's the government coming in with all of these supplies. When in most cases, that's not the case at all. These are private airplanes, private aircraft, people using their own money sending in supplies. And I think it's absolutely disgusting that the media is framing things as if this is the government helping people. No, this is the American people helping their fellow neighbors and citizens. And in many cases, they're being stopped. In many cases, there are people who are being denied supplies and food and stuff by a lot of these government agencies that are rolling in. The people on the ground, a lot of them will tell you that when these government agencies come in, they actually disrupt the help that a lot of these people were receiving from their fellow neighbors and citizens. Because in reality, the private citizens that are flying in helicopters rescuing people, that are flying in goods and services, they are doing a hell of a job, a way better job than our own government. You got people on the ground that are saying that, hey, out of maybe the 50 helicopters and planes we see coming into this area, 2 or 3 of them are the government, and the rest are just all private citizens coming in and helping these people. I wish I could pretend like I'm shocked, but those of you all who have been subscribed to my channel, we see this every disaster. Every disaster, we see the same response. And it's sickening. But I want you all to hear from someone who's actually out there trying to get supplies to people. I want you to hear him as he explains the problems that they're dealing with, because you're not going to hear this from the mainstream media. Let's go ahead and roll this clip, and then I'll be right back with more.
I really don't want to make this video, but it is literally a matter of life and death for the people of North Carolina. So my name's Jonathan Howard. I'm a member of the Florida State Guard Special Missions Unit, and I'm also up here with Aerial Recovery, a nonprofit. I came up here on Sunday with Aerial Recovery before we even got activated. We flew up here, and then we got activated, which is great. I have my team up here working as well. Here's the problem. I'm going to tell you everything that's happening from the ground what I'm actually seeing, because what they're telling you is complete bullshit on the news, and these politicians don't have a fucking clue and they're lying. And I'll say this now, I'll say it at the end of the video. The only thing I need from this video is helicopters. If I have helicopters, I can save lives. Without helicopters, I can't reach these people. It doesn't matter how many chainsaws and trucks I got, I can't get to them. They're 10 miles in, 20 miles, 40 miles in the mountains. There's no way to get with them or even communicate with them. I am literally flying around in a civilian helicopter looking for SOS messages carved in the mud or painted on the ground, and we're dropping down and saving them. What got me fired up about this was yesterday, me and my team did the rescue of that 11-day-old baby. And all these government officials and social media, they're showing that video, that pictures and video of that rescue, and claiming that like they have some like government helped with that. And I mean, even USA, I think it was USA Today, wrote an article about it saying it was a Florida National Guard that went and got it, like with a helicopter. No, it was me, my buddy Charlie, and a civilian named Zeb with his own personal helicopter out of Wilmington, North Carolina. Like without that civilian, that baby would be dead. And the old lady we went and rescued after that, she'd be dead too, because she had 1 day left of oxygen. No one was going to go get them. I will tell you, when we go up in the air, I probably see 40 civilian helicopters, and I might see 2 Blackhawks, National Guard, military, whatever they are. That's it. No one's out there doing rescues. I have my entire team up here from Florida right now, and they have no ability to go rescue these people other than what they can drive to. And the people that are in dire need, they're out in the mountains. They are completely cut off. Now, I will say, I spoke to my congresswoman down in Florida, and she's a badass, and she made a bunch of phone calls, and now we got 2 contracted 60s coming up here tomorrow, which is great. I love that, but like, I still don't understand why we don't have more helicopters. Like, we'll get a lot of work done with that, but there's no military. There's no one's doing nothing. It blows my mind. And they're not even allowing people to see what's really going on. One of our friends yesterday, they were actually escorting CNN down at Lake Lure, and they wouldn't even let CNN, the sheriff department would not let them go videotape the bad areas, how destructive it is. I don't know why they don't want to show you all that, but I mean, it is bad. I should also say, when I flew here on Sunday, they actually stopped us from going in, the sheriff department. And it was because of a bunch of politics that they were claiming was the Speaker of the House of North Carolina that was preventing us from even going in and trying to kick us out, which I have clarified today with North Carolina politicians that reached out to me, good on them, and they were like, that's complete bullshit. Speaker of the House has nothing. He wants you guys there. But this is the kind of political BS that is happening here right now. Like, everyone's trying to be in charge without taking any type of action. Nobody wants to coordinate with anybody. Everybody wants to pretend like they're being the hero while these people are literally fucking dying in the mountains. And these people, like I'm saying, these people are limited medication. They're running out of oxygen, and there's no one going to get them. The most effective way I have found to go find these people is by getting in a helicopter and flying down the rivers and roads and looking for SOS messages or people waving us down. And then we drop down and get them. We have all these people here. We have law enforcement, we have State Guard, National Guard. They have no way to go get these people. Yesterday, when I was at the Asheville airport refueling, which, by the way, the civilian is paying all this out of his own pocket. He's not even looking for a reimbursement. I think we did 4 refuelings yesterday. And that was like just in half a day's work. We're in Asheville, and I saw 2 Air Force helicopter 60s. And I knew they were PJs, just looking at them. And I went up to them, I'm like, hey guys, like, what are y'all doing? And like, this is what you need to be doing. This is how I'm finding people. And they're like, we can't go. We're waiting on Title 10 orders. And I'm like, what? They can't get any authority. There's military helicopters all over here sitting on the ground, and they can't do nothing. Even my JSOC boys in Fayetteville, they can't get orders to come out here. It is just the most disgusting thing, and they're killing these people. And I don't know why they're doing it. I don't know what kind of conspiracy. I've heard so many things, whatever you want to come up with, but they are literally allowing these people to fucking die in the mountains right now because we can't get helicopters. They got money for everything else in the fucking world right now, but if they could just get us helicopters, we could fly out there and rescue these people. So I hope this video goes viral. I hope these politicians get fired. I hope people get pissed off. They'll probably kick me out of the state of North Carolina for doing this, but you know what? I don't care, because if I can save one more life for it, it's fucking worth it to me.
When this is all said and done, how much money do you think the government is going to use to rebuild these portions of North Carolina? Probably $0. Meanwhile, we're going to rebuild war-torn Ukraine. We'll go over there and rebuild half the Middle East and then bomb it and decimate it again and then rebuild it again before the people of North Carolina have their homes and communities rebuilt. It's really sad watching this play out, and it's really familiar. That's the worst part about this, is that when I hear these stories, it feels like deja vu. But it's not deja vu. It's just that we see this type of stuff happen every time. And I can tell you that after the Maui fires in Lahaina, it was the people who were bringing supplies in to the people who lost their homes and lost everything. And the government stepped in and tried to stop the people from helping people there as well. I'm hearing stories on the ground, I can't confirm this, I'll say allegedly, that even some of the money that is being raised in these communities, that FEMA has come in and now they're trying to control some of these fundraisers, and they're trying to control some of these GoFundMes and different ways that people have been raising money for the people in the community. And when FEMA and stuff comes in, they try to come in and they try to regulate all of the goods and supplies that are being distributed to everyone. And in many cases, they'll have supplies, truckloads of supplies just sitting there going bad, refusing to give people certain things. That's what happened in Lahaina after the Maui fires. And I'm hearing stirrings that a lot of that type of stuff is happening here in North Carolina as well. But we've already heard one story from one helicopter pilot who was almost arrested. They almost tried to force him to leave his own son on the side of a mountain after he dropped him off there to help some people. It's absolutely wild. And just think, listen, if they wanted to, right, they could go in and save these people very easily. When they want to have helicopters go and freaking go crazy in Iraq and these places, they have plenty of helicopters for that. If the freaking warmongers in our country wanted to go to Iran tomorrow and start World War III, they would have plenty of helicopters for every job you can imagine. Yet here we have our own citizens. They are dying, starving to death, no water, nothing, in the mountains. Should have been rescued days ago, yet they're still up there. And the people who are trying to save them are being stopped by our government. So what is that? What does that tell you? I think it tells me a whole lot. I don't have to sit here and explain it on this video. Just think about it. Not only is the government not going to save these people, but they're stopping people from saving these people. Why? Where's the logic behind that? It makes no sense. But this is just the tip of the iceberg. Like I said, folks, there's a lot of stories coming out of this area. And I'm going to be collecting these stories, and I'm going to use my platform, like I always do, to allow you all to hear from the people on the ground instead of hearing the propaganda and all of the fake news that is going to be spewed everywhere else you go in the mainstream. But for now, let me know your thoughts about this down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell, and I'll talk to you all very soon in the next one.